welcome. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with me today. How you been?
That's right, mate. It's yeah, it's all good. I'm in the French Alps,
I know.
living the dream.
Well, actually, let me start off with, let me introduce you, Mr. Andrew
All right.
Cotton. Mr. Andrew Cotton, professional big wave surfer, also one of the, I guess, standout star, characters of season one of 100 Foot
No,
Wave. No?
I don't know
All right.
about
How
that.
about how about one of the main characters on?
One of the just one of the characters is fine. If you just say that, one of the characters.
Okay. Well, I mean, but anyway. So where are you again? You're skiing.
I'm snowboarding. Um, but yeah, we're at Justine's house, and there's a lot of snow. It's like we went and I'm with my son Ace. It's half term or Easter holidays. So sort of left Nazare, drove from Nazare to here, which was about 20 hours of straight driving. And then we
Wow.
got like a week, just over a week here, and then we drive from here back to England
Wow.
Monday.
That's a hell of a journey.
I know, yeah, but it's a good one. It's a nice way to break it up. Obviously it's not like it's a bit of a detour, but
Right. Right.
but the snow's good and it's fun. So
I feel like the show has been, I don't know. I feel like when you guys were doing what you were doing, like even like kind of like in like 2015 and 16 when I was coming there, anybody thought that this was going to turn into a TV show?
no, no. And do you know what? Like, even when did the first episode series come out? Like, even like in 2021, when did it come out? 2021 or 2020?
You know?
Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, either 20 or the end of 21, or maybe getting at 21.
yeah, like even like I didn't realize the magnitude of what it would be. And it was, it's never been about that for me anyway. Like I was just cruising, and that is what it is. Like I have no, there's like I'm not craving. I just want to surf.
Right.
Like,
Right. No, I got it. Yeah. Yeah. No, the intentions were always to just, have fun, get big waves and just be stoked. And that, it wasn't really ever about, fame or, or being on TV.
yeah, like we'd always been filming stuff, and like when Garrett was, I think in like 2018 or maybe a bit before. No, it's actually like 2017. He was like, I'm making a movie. Like he was like making a movie. Like he was filming for his project, but I don't think he really knew what it was ever going to be. He was just filming and filming,
Right.
and he's like, yeah, of course, I'm obviously going to help him out and be part of that, and but I just thought it was going to be like a 60-minute or 90-minute doc about Garrett.
Right.
But that's, and I think, to be honest, I think that's what he thought it would be. And it was like, it wasn't until obviously, I think he was, and I might be speaking completely out of turn here, so you might have to double check with Garrett, but I think it was like when he started speaking to Joe Lewis and Chris Smith about what they had and what they could do, then they sort of like turned it into this, and
Right.
and I still even want to. I never saw any of the episodes until they came out, like on the first series. Like it was all like it's a complete surprise to me.
All right. It's also for me, like being around you guys, like it's pretty crazy that there was that much content being filmed to create a whole entire season just from stuff, that people have already shot or had.
Well, you say that though. That it was 10 years of filming.
Yeah, I
That's a
guess.
lot, like,
I know, I guess,
and
because they even like reached out to me for some stuff. Like they really, I guess, yeah, I guess all the people that were there filming over the course of that many years. Yeah, I guess
it,
yeah,
it adds up. Um, and towards the end, it was almost becoming a little bit weird because I was sort of telling, like Garrett was like, okay, well, it's coming together. It's like maybe going to be on Netflix or, like it's going to be like, and he still did then at that point didn't say, oh, it's going to be like episodes and like a series and there might be like a season two.
right,
He was just like, yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a show or a movie, and it's going to be on TV, like, and I can remember like telling a couple of my sponsors, "Oh yeah, but I'm working towards this project. We've been filming for years, and everyone's sort of like twiddling their thumbs, getting a little bit bored of like, when are you actually going to put someone out?"
Right.
And so, so yeah, it was sort of it's it's strange for me even more because it hasn't really it's not out. You can't watch it in France. You can watch it. It hasn't been that much of a hit in the UK. Like HBO Max isn't very big. You can't get HBO Max in the UK. So it was on another channel called Sky Documentaries, and it wasn't really, not many people watched it, I think. So it's mainly like the US where it's sort of blown up.
Right. I also want to ask you, how have you been? Are you getting more comfortable with a camera following you around? Because I know, like when me and Johnny we were with you in the lighthouse that day, you were like, kind of getting over it. But
yeah, it's funny. Like as surfers, or as professional athletes or professional whatever we are. I don't know what we are. Professional wannabes. You sort of like, you're begging people to come and film you, and I always have been like, "Oh, come and film a surf session, come and film this, please." And everyone's usually like, "Oh no, like too busy," or
right.
you can't pay me enough, or. And then now, like the tables have turned when you get like a professional cameraman following you around for 6 months a year. It has ups and downs. Yeah. Some days you get completely over it.
Yeah, because he was like Johnny was living almost next to you.
Yeah. but it I don't know. You're more used to it, and I think that's when you get your best content because you're not you can't you can put on an interview, you can turn on your best behavior or whatever, and or be not yourself, your true self. But after months and months and months, or even weeks of filming, you end up being more natural and more, sort of, so I suppose more of your personality comes out.
Right.
But I don't know. It's funny, Garrett, and I don't know, Garrett and Nicole, they get filmed way more than me, and they just seem to like it's nothing. They're almost they don't even notice. They have such the most outrageous conversations. Oh, I'm not in front of the camera. Don't say.
Right.
It's brilliant. I love it.
During season 1, do you have any favorite moments that you were glad that other people got to see? Is there anything one moment that sticks out of season 1?
Just that beginning of the Nazare bit, I think now, after 13 years of Nazare being probably the last 6 years or 7 years of Nazare being on the map, there obviously is more and more people come in, there's more and more massive wave surf every swell, there's more, and I think it was cool for people to sort of see, how that started, how that it just organically, and at that point I wasn't a professional surfer. I was just a bit of a, I was just hungry, I just wanted it, and it was just perfect timing for me. I couldn't have timed that better, and Garrett's also he was in that position where he was willing to teach and knew what he had there.
Right.
Whereas I didn't really know. I was just okay, right, it's a beach break, it's pretty big, but there's way better waves in Ireland. That's what my sort of. But Garrett's no, we're onto something. He knew, he had that vision. And you need people with that vision because there's not many surfers that would have stuck that out.
Right.
I think before all the mainstream stuff, the surfing community was mocking the break. They're mocking Nazare, didn't break, it was fat, it's a hoax.
Right. I remember I wasn't there in the beginning, but I was there at a point where you guys were still paddling out there. There were no skis yet.
Yeah,
and that was kind of nuts for me to watch.
Did a lot of years and now I feel that people even forget that, and they could sort of missed a bit of that in the show. But there was a good, like now, like you're seeing guys like paddle away, but Nazare, and that, like, you know, they sort of forgot that there was like 4 or 5 years where we just paddled the whole time. All we did is paddle. And, you know, like, I think Will got some crazy waves. Cliff got some crazy waves.
Right.
You know, everyone, I think, got like, I definitely got some of my heaviest waves or biggest waves ever paddling, but also some of my gnarliest beatings. And you know, I think a lot of that has been, maybe it has been forgotten. You know, like you get a new crew of paddlers coming in, and like they sort of, I don't know, maybe they feel that they're the first, you know, that we never paddled it, but you know, we've been paddling it for years. You know, like, yeah. Right.
Well, yeah. How does Justine like all this, the show and the traveling and?
Justine, well, see, no one's like, if you've only followed the show, then no one would know Justine yet. So obviously you know Justine,
right?
But you get to meet Justine in season 2. I think comes in like on the 4th episode.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting. I can't wait for episode 4 then. So hey, who else? If you want to talk about, if we could talk about that, like what other new characters like are going to be introduced in season 2? Can you go into that?
Yeah, like I guess like it's hard. Like it's hard because for me it's just like it's more of like now the crew, like the core crew that spend a lot of time in Nazare.
Right.
I'd say like the main characters would be Justine, not Justine Blanc, Justine Dupont.
Okay.
And Tony, the local Portuguese lad, who's been sort of like grown up surfing Nazare. He's like a very he's one of the more main characters this season. So you get to meet him and sort of see his backstory and see how his surfing develops over the last couple of years, which is exciting. Like for him, like he probably doesn't, you know, he's like, you know, he's just a young lad from Portugal, and I think he's about to blow up, you know, big time. And he's a good surfer and nice lad. So Justine and Tony, I'd say, feature heavily throughout the whole series. And then other surfers dip in and out, and Nick Von Roop, Pedro Scooby, Will, obviously. I'm just trying to think of other like I can't for the life of me think of every surfer, but yeah, like those are the main 2 new main characters are Justine and Tony, I think.
All right, that's cool. And I guess just coming away from the show, I know a lot of people are gonna probably venture over to Nazare probably the next year or so after season 2 hits. Like this is my favorite part. Like where are your favorite places to eat? Places to go. Let's talk tourism for a second. Like,
where are your favorite places to eat?
Well, Jay? I definitely have to go first, to my dessert place, which would be Gelato Mania.
Oh yeah. But yeah, do you know what? There's a lot of good food in Portugal, but there's some great places to eat actually, like in Nazare as well. I know. Gelato Mania is a good dessert spot, and that's just on the seafront there in the main town. There's like,
I mean, Celeste.
Again, I feel bad just by picking out a couple, but if I was going to pick a couple out, the real great place for like the sundowner beer and burger is Chef Belge.
Okay.
That's at the top the road as you go down to the lighthouse. It's got amazing like view, and they're pretty cool music. Also in Sitio is the Taberna, which is by like the steps which I used to run up and train.
Okay.
There's a great bar and they do good seafood and meat there, and that's also got an amazing view. And then down in the town, and this is going to sound weird, they've got a great Indian.
Come on, man. We love that place, Little India.
Well, we do. But yeah, it's not very traditional. But yeah, no, so the Indian's great. There's a couple of Indians in Nazare, but the Little India is the one that we like.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, we go there a lot. So Little India is great. And then, yeah, obviously Celeste, which is like the old school, the work where we spent, like, you was probably seen it in the first season.
Right. You got to make sure you say hi to Andre when you're in there.
Yeah, XXL Andre. Yeah, so that's where we spent, like, they looked after us so much those first 5 years, like Restaurant Celeste. Amazing family, and really, yeah, they were really good to us. So yeah, always cruise there. But like,
hey, wait,
yeah,
we almost forgot my breakfast place.
Oh, what's that? Tres Boris?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's that's the sort of breakfast brunch. Yeah, they do good brunches, eh?
I love their brunches.
That's also on the front.
Yes, sir. Well, all right. Well, I mean, what else? Anything else you want to add in about your journey, Nazare? Where are you headed next?
We're headed next. Back.
We could talk about Mr. OxyClean for a minute and how he went from not really surfing those enormous waves to now he's like I feel
legit big wave surfer.
He is all of a sudden. I feel like, right? Did that really happen?
Yeah, but I think he's pretty driven, eh? Like guys like that they don't do anything in my house. But yeah, no, so if you want, what do you want to know? What do you want to know about Sully?
I don't know. Is Sully going to be in a season 3?
I don't know. So, but no one knows we're shooting season 3. So
right.
So we've been free for a year now. So
right. Well, it's weird. We didn't have a contest this year. Like I missed my trip, my seasonal trip back to Nazare because there was, for the first time in a long time.
It was a strange season. Like, they had the first one in the beginning of the season where you and Will were about, and then it kind of went like wasn't that good. A lot of the swells were west. I did a lot of traveling. I went to Ireland a few times. Went to Hawaii. Went to Cortez, obviously. And then, do you know what? By the end of the season, I was almost like I'd lost my motivation to actually. I didn't even like. They almost called it a couple of times,
right?
But I thought they were gonna, like, in my opinion, they would have been bad calls, and I'm glad they didn't hold it. But there was a part of me that was like, I kind of didn't want them to call it, like, because I knew it would be too west. I knew it wouldn't be as good as it could be. And I was like, I want it to be really, really good, or just not do it.
Right.
And the swell direction is like massive, and like if the swell direction is wrong in Nazare, it's like it can be really bad. Like just closing out and really straight lines and not as big, and so yeah, kind of glad they didn't call it. But they might have two contests next year, right?
Right. So yeah, that could be cool.
So you'll be back twice.
Hopefully, I need some food, man. That place, I wait all year to eat there. It's crazy. That's my thing.
You live in New York. There's loads of good places to eat, isn't there?
No, listen, it's not the same because you're in a little town. You're like, there's no like where these people. This is like fresh food. This is like, I don't know. It's just different.
Right,
I feel like in New York, wherever these restaurants are getting their food, I always feel like it's a little suspect. It's good, but it's not like a fresh fish that they probably caught in the harbor or.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Or like, and all the veggies are like probably grown in the local farm. Or
it's a different good. Like I feel good after I have a big meal there.
Yeah, I was saying that like actually a good place to check out about tourism is the markets. So they got a great market.
Oh, that's
actually
right.
They got one in Sitio, and they got one that pretty much almost every day, every morning, in the main town, Nazare, and like it's good checking out like all the local fresh produce and all the old ladies there who are work in the stores, and that's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Andrew, listen, man, thanks for spending some time with me today. I know you're halfway across the world, and
Well, it's almost bedtime for me.
yeah, I know. For me, it's actually it's 3:30. It's lunchtime.
Your studio's looking really good, by the way.
Oh, thanks. You know, it's always a work in progress, and hopefully, if you're in town, you have time to come back in.
Yeah. You've been busy.
Yeah. Trying to, be busy. We have a couple shows we're producing once a week here, like some kind of like episodal stuff. Like we have a hockey show. We have a couple other things going on weekly, which is great.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah,
Stoked for you.
Thanks. So yeah, we still have plenty of room. Anybody out there needs a weekly or bi-weekly show, by all means, reach out.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Good to catch up.
Yeah, well, listen, thanks for stopping by.
Look forward to seeing you soon. And first episodes of the 100-Foot Wave season 2 is on Sunday. Is this when are you going to put this out?
I'm going to try to put this out tonight or tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get this out quick. Yeah.
So yeah, watch it. Let us know what you think.
All right, will do. Thanks again, Andrew. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, mate. All right.
I'll see you soon.
See you soon, Jay.
All right, bye. See you guys next time.